Okay, so for this video I'm going to show you how to replace the door lock actuator in a 2011 CRZ. First step, you're going to need to take off this little rubber boot. There's one screw under here. There's a plastic piece right here. You have to use a flathead screwdriver to get out. I had already loosened mine, but I'm going to use the flathead still to pull it out the rest of the way. Behind there are two Phillips head screws. And next you're going to pull up this piece. The easiest way is just to grab it like this right here, pull up, and then work your way around. You might need a flathead at this end to lift it up, and there's a connector right here that you disconnect. There will be one more Phillips head right here, and now it's loose. Next you have to pull off these pieces of plastic on the door because they hold the door panel down as well. You can't get it out. This one's a little easier. You don't need a flathead for this one. Just pop it off. Be gentle with these though, they have tabs that can break. After that, lift up the door panel, turn the handle sideways, and it'll slip right through. Be gentle, don't pull too far because there is a light that you have to disconnect on the bottom. There we go. I did forget to mention that you have to pull the panel away from the door, so you can run your fingers around the bottom of the door and it'll just kind of pop off. There is this connector here, and there's this piece of plastic. Pull off this little black piece of plastic, it helps hold up the liner, and then you can just kind of pull back the liner. Don't lose that piece of plastic. Disconnect your clips. There's one connector and two clips that hold the wire onto the door. You can use a flathead. So I just pulled that light off because I had the door open a while. I didn't want to drain the battery. Yes, it was LED, wasn't needed, but still I didn't know how long I was going to be here. So here we are getting one of those first two clips. Sorry, it's not a great shot. I had the GoPro stuck to my head. Then I pull back the liner a little bit more and realize I have to pull the second clip. So just popping off the clip here. There we go. Now I will pull back the liner some more, get everything out of the way. There is this plastic clip that holds the two cables that goes to the door lock actuator. There are 4 Phillips heads, 1 on the front, 3 on the sides. I used this impact screwdriver from Harbor Freight because it has a really nice fat Phillips bit that fits these screws nicely. The Phillips head I was using before was too small and it was going to strip out the screws. So the bigger the Phillips head, the better for this. This tool was only like $8 if you have to go pick it up. I checked behind the plastic to see if there was any more screws. There was not, so I'll put that back and just finish pulling out the Phillips heads. Alright, now that I got all 3 of those, I'm going to tuck the screws away so I don't lose them. Just throw them in the seat and pull away the actuator. So I realized that the actuator is actually stuck and you have to remove this 10mm bolt to get the window frame rail or run channel out of the way. So pull this bolt out completely, set it down, and then you'll be able to drop the actuator and come out. Super easy. Next, it's just the reverse process of everything. Come in low and lift up the actuator into its position. The lower you bring it in the door, the easier it will be to get past the run channel. So I'm just going to put in this one first. Then the other 3 go over here. Make sure everything's nice and tight. And before we put everything completely back together, we still have to put the run channel back on. So it's that 110mm bolt. Don't over tighten it. Then I'm just going to throw everything in the door. The reason for that is we can hook our connector up, shut the door, and make sure everything is working correctly. Alright. Now we're testing the door. I'm going to go ahead and lock it. Unlock it. And everything's working correctly. So now we're going to go ahead and put everything back together. Go ahead and pull your connectors out, put the light bulb back in if you took it out. Be sure to clip those cables back into place. I forgot to do that, and I only realized that once I started editing this video, but you need to clip those cables back into the door, into the little plastic piece. Go ahead, stick your liner back up, kind of smush it back in to the adhesive. Put the little plastic piece back up to help hold the liner. Double check all your connections, the little clips, make sure they're in place. I like to start with the little light. As you can see, if I would have put the cables in place, that would have stuck a little better. Then just go ahead and fish your door handle through. Make sure your connector comes out so you can access it. Set everything back on top. Next, I'm going to put the 2 Phillips heads in for the door handle. Then I'm pushing in the door so that it locks in. Next, I'm going to do the bottom Phillips head that goes under the switch. There we go. Put the plastic piece back in that covers the 2 Phillips heads in the door. Reconnect the switch panel. Place it in and just kind of push down, pops into place. Put the Phillips head back in there. The little piece of rubber. Next, we're moving on to these little plastic pieces. This one's really easy to get on. Just pushes on. This one's kind of difficult. You have to actually slide like the top and the bottom into place before you clip it in. So it took me a minute to get this one on. Sorry, it's not really a good shot. But in person you'll be able to see the little pieces where it slides behind. Once you get it on, just press and she will lock in. There we go. So hopefully you found this video helpful. Please feel free to subscribe, like, comment. If you have any more questions about either the CRZ or the Del Sol, or even my EG hatch that I still have, please leave a comment, let me know, and I'll try to help you out the best I can. Thank you for watching.